welcome to Time Out for Art. This is Sherry Palferman, and today I'm doing a quick video on mixing white versus titanium white. So I'm going to start with my mixing white. I have a pure color of the magenta over here, the Grumbacher magenta. This is straight from the tube. And then I also have a dab of mixing white and a dab of magenta. So I'm going to mix these two together so we can see the color. Okay, so we can still see the color is still pretty vibrant. It's lighter, a little lighter than the color that was straight from the tube. I'm going to mix these top two up. I had 2 dabs of mixing white to 1 dab of magenta. So you can see it's gone down a shade. But the color, the vibrancy of the color is still there. Over here I have titanium white, and I'm going to mix that together. And as you can see, if you compare this pink, the titanium white versus the mixing white has retained the vibrancy of the color, where the titanium white has greatly desaturated the color. I'm going to mix this up even further. I had 2 dabs of titanium white to 1 dab of magenta. And you can see that the color is even more desaturated. So one thing about titanium white is that it's opaque, meaning it's great for covering things, but it will greatly desaturate the color. Over here, mixing white is translucent, meaning it does not cover things very well, but what it is good for is it's good for taking the color down values without killing the color. So if I hold you can see the difference between color vibrancy between the reds that were mixed with the mixing white versus the reds that were mixed with the titanium white. One thing I want to show you is the mixing white does not have very good coverage. Let's say I had something painted red here and I wanted to cover it. You could see how that just does not cover very well. I probably have to take multiple coats to cover that up. The titanium white, on the other hand, is great for coverage. It is very opaque, meaning it's thick, it will cover things. Maybe a couple swipes of that and I've got my red covered up. So those are the differences between the mixing white and the titanium white. And in your paintings, you want to ask yourself, do I want to desaturate my color? Do I want to kill my color? Or do I want to retain the vibrancy and just take it down a couple shades? Another thing that I want to talk about is mixing paint with water. A lot of times we'll use water to thin down our paints. So I'm going to use a little water to thin down this red here. And I'm going to let that dry. And I have some Liquitex Matte Medium. And I'm going to thin my paint with some gloss medium or matte medium. And one of the things that the matte medium does, it will retain the vibrancy more than thinning your paint with water. And I thin my paint with water, but if I'm doing a piece that's really special to me, I might not want to thin my paint down with water, because as this dries, the color will start to dull, whereas the paint that was thinned with the Liquitex medium is going to retain a greater vibrancy and color. So I just want to share the difference between the titanium white and the mixing white, and mixing with water, paint with water, and then paint with medium. Please like, click, and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching.